probable. Hope you right with God, cause a casket with you headed for.
Keep in mind that Kyle Rittenhouse voluntarily gave his phone over to the authorities. They went through it with a fine-tooth comb and didn't even find a meme.
That's crazy.
On a 17-year-old's phone.
Right. They found nothing. Can any of you say that?
No.
They found absolutely nothing. And so when they say that his self-defense was racially motivated, I'm going to bring to you the criminal record and what this man, Darrell Brooks Jr., who mowed down women and children. I don't know what the death toll is up to now. Last I checked, it was 5, maybe 6, and there are kids in critical condition. God. Thoughts and prayers. People say, is that all you have to offer? That's about all I have to offer right now. It's better than you offering nothing.
It's just heartbreaking.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. So I do want you to think, what if, in this case, this man was white? And what he had said. I think it's entirely appropriate because we've been playing the what if game for a while. Hold on, I have to make sure that I find this. Okay. So, 5 deaths, by the way. Yeah, okay. 5 deaths, 4 females, 1 male, 18 children hospitalized, ages 3 to 16. Anyway, it's heartbreaking. So Darrell Brooks Jr., Math Boy Fly was one of his social media account names. So if you see that on screen, that's Darrell Brooks Jr.
Math Boy.
He's been charged. What did I say?
No, you said that. I'm like...
Math boy.
Sorry, Math Boy with an I.
Yeah. Boy.
Not Grammar Boy.
Yeah.
It's not Aquila in the B, folks. This is real life. There's no Lawrence Fishburne. So it's not Family Matters. He's been charged with 11 crimes going back to 1999. So let me give you, there's a problem first with cash bail. There's a problem here with us. People say we need to reform the prison system, and for some reason we always assume that it's because we have too many people incarcerated. Well, we actually have a problem where people who need to be incarcerated for longer periods of time cannot be let out on the street to harm people. I think that the criteria should be, is this person violent? Are they a threat to other people violently? Are they a flight risk? Right? Let's start with that. And in this case, the man was in all of those categories. Checked every box. Ding, ding, ding. So let's go back through his crimes. Math Boy, substantial battery, intended bodily harm, a Class E felony. In 2010, strangulation and suffocation. 2008, statutory sexual seduction. 2011, resisting or obstructing an officer. Last year, he was charged with 2 counts of recklessly endangering safety with a dangerous weapon and 1 count of illegally possessing a firearm. On November 5th, he was charged with recklessly endangering safety, domestic violence, and bail jumping. There was also a charge where he tried to run over the mother of his child with his car. On November 5th, this is not the first time he's tried to run over someone with his car. There's also a police report where, when police tried to arrest him, he tried to run over one of those officers with his car. It's his car. All the greats have their calling card.
Wow.
And then he was released on November 11th, $1,000 bail. $1,000 bail.
Pretty low.
The DA set this bail. John Chisholm is somewhat of a progressive hero. 2015. Also, serial masturbator. I know it's hard if I say Jeffrey Toobin. You say who? Well, we can't bring up a picture of his dick. I know that would be easier to identify him.
Meat tubing.
He said about this DA, Chisholm stuck his neck out there and started saying that prosecutors should also be judged by their success in reducing mass incarceration and in achieving racial equity. Just, I believe, yesterday, AOC was talking about how we need to be reducing sentences and make it easier for the underprivileged to get out. Look, how about this? If we use the criteria, are you violent? Are you a threat to people? Are you a flight risk? It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. You're not getting out. So let's go to his social media post because people are saying we don't know anything about his motivation.
Yeah.
Now, again, I ask you, what if Math Boy, what if Darrell Brooks Jr. was white? Would he have been continually released? Because again, the idea of this DA, of what AOC, they say we need to make sure that these offenders are more easily released back into the public because they're underprivileged if they're black. They see it through the prism of race. What if he was white? Now, let's go through the social media accounts. We have no idea as to the inspiration of this guy. It's not a terrorist incident. Keep in mind, Kyle Rittenhouse, nothing on his phone. And by the way, before I move on, smash that like button on YouTube right now and share this out if you can, because about to go through some info that might get us in trouble. It's all documented. We have no idea what YouTube's going to do. Anything you can do to share and let people know. They need to be hearing this. Here are some of the posts from Math Boy. He wrote, learned ND taught behavior. So when we start back knocking white people, TF Ion want to hear it. The old Quarter Black Garrett, you understand this a little bit better.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Learned and taught behavior. So the phrase learned and taught behavior. So when we
switch white people with black people here though, just to make
Okay. When we start back knocking black people, the fuck, I ain't want hear it. The black people.
The old black people.
The old black people. This is difficult to read.
Yeah.
People, too.
It's almost like the man
knocked him the fuck out. Period.
Yep.
You got knocked up.
Yeah. So he's saying go knock out old white people. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Go knock out old white people. Again, what if he was a white guy and he said this about black people? Would we not be calling it domestic terrorism? Let me read another one. November 18th, 2015 post. When something happens to white America, they want an eye for an eye. When something happens to black America, we are told to pray about it and let it go. Well, that's not accurate. November 18th, 2015.
That's not true.
Melaninated worldwide revolution. And you can see some of the posts for people who are listening on audio.
Sounds like black supremacy.
August 29th, 2016. White people outraged after Gabby Douglas doesn't put her hand over her heart during the national anthem. We have November 4th, 2015. Question, why are we so complacent with our oppression? Until we hate oppression more than we hate each other, nothing will change. May 13th, 2017. This is not the home of the free and land of the brave. It's the land of the stolen and the home of the slave. November 9th, 2015 on Facebook. Laws legally allowing white supremacy. What if he had said laws legally allowing the catch and release of black supremacists? Again, I ask you, what if this switch everything here that says white, which he does multiple times, with black? Because we were just told that Kyle Rittenhouse was a racist who shot 3 white people.
If he wrote that, he wouldn't have understood what an acronym is.
Well, you could be correct.
Yes.
If anything, his bail should have been set higher for grammatical infractions. February 20th. This is very hard.
Math
That's why
boys.
this is one of the instances where I have to read this word for word. February 23rd, 2016. Cops' instructions on how to kill black people. And he has a whole post. Then he says this, run them over. And then he goes on to say later, since they are trying to block the street, you should not be charged with anything. Then January 8th, 2016, he wrote, repeat after me. I thought he had a gun. He reached for his waistband. I feared for my life. This is him saying that white officers are being trained to simply go out and kill black people. Yeah. These 3 phrases will ensure that you can kill anyone you want and no jury will convict you. And then he said on January 1st, 2016, no matter how much you trust the police, always remember the police are trained to never trust you. And here we have a collage of more posts without words that are obviously racist. And this is, look, not only is it racist, let's assume, because not everyone is a horrible black supremacist as this person is who goes out to kill white people, but there are a lot of black people who, if they believe that the cops are out there to kill you, if they believe that the system is designed to kill black people and execute them without any sort of justification. Just like, we always said, if you call conservatives, if you call every Trump voter a Nazi, well, guess what? It makes treating those people subhumanely acceptable. Yeah. Who here wouldn't punch an actual Nazi who enjoyed gassing Jews? Who here would not want an armed revolution if they believed that the police were being taught to go out through black neighborhoods and kill you? Who here would have a problem with that if you actually believed it? He believes this. Some of these are reposts from other media outlets, to be clear. When we talk about the radicalizing, think about this for a second. The New York Times did an article about the radicalizing of the young right wing, and they had a picture of Dave Rubin and Philip DeFranco. That was considered radicalization. This is considered radicalization. This guy is parroting what you hear on CNN and AOC's feed. How is that not radicalization? It is far worse than saying, hey, hold on a second, all men created equal, and I don't think that we should be basically subscribing to critical race theory as it's known now, black liberation theology, identity politics, right, moral relativism. That's considered more extreme than run them over? That's considered more extreme than knock old white people the fuck out. We also did some digging, and the guy fancied himself one of those rappers there, Dave.
Oh, did he?
One of those very rare breakthrough rapper.
Oh.
One of these breakthrough rapping cases. And
Was he funded by the government?
I have no idea.
Like the other one?
You have an Airbnb?
If it weren't enough, we just put together some of his, again, all references available. You can look at the link in the description, of his SoundCloud songs where he talks about being a terrorist, where he talks about killing white people. Here's a nice little, let's call it a remix.
A proclamation using every type of deceptive method to further us into slavery, called second-class citizenship. I think that it would take a whole lot of nerve for white people today to ask Negroes, do they hate them?
This that Malcolm X shit, revolutionary. This for my niggas in the can eating commissary. For every ghetto in America.
Hey, you know what? Pause there, Quarterback. If I get copyright struck for this shit, I am going to be livid. You know what, Tim, the Toolman on audio there, can you, just add your own flavor to it? Add some stuff so that it's transformative.
I think I got
yeah.
Boy, I see. This that Donald Trump flow, and whoever hated, this for the streets. AK-47, just like Malcolm. I got that AK-47, just like Malcolm. These devils try to take me down, bet they coming with them. Police is tripping, around and be a shooting victim. I keep it on me, I kill one for show, I kill the witness.
It keeps going.
It does. He just keeps flowing.
Talking down, you don't want it, no, you scared of this. We about that action anywhere, yeah, we terrorists.
Oh, he's a terrorist. Yeah, he admitted it.
Terrible. Hope you right with God, cause a casket with you headed for.
Oh, threatening to kill you.
Here's another one.
Oh, to change it up.
Minutes.
Military police, I'ma go regardless. We gon' do a backdraft, call it Ron Howard. Tell my niggas when to move, I got down power. Still tuck, mugging niggas like I'm Bill Coward. What are we doing? Ass 12 cause they all cowards. We ain't selling cigarettes, front to Eric Garner. We don't do no fake bills, this here all proper.
Such talent.
Not a joke.
It's a remix.
Someone sign here, and here.
Yeah.
Sure it's not a joke?
Hey, keep in mind, we said we should have seen the warning signs of the Columbine shooters because they played Doom.
Well, you never heard Dylan Klebold's rap track?
Jeez.
His ska band was really...
Ska band, yeah.
Yes.
It's called Real Big Terrorists.
Yes, it was... Actually, I think the shooting was better than most ska.
Yeah.
What happened?
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
That sucks.
What happened?
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.